Okay, but thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you, Jessica, for that amazing share. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this live stream is going to be for an hour. So we've already gone through 3 minutes. So we've got about 57 minutes to go. But yeah, thank you all so much. And we know that the live streams on Sundays are always interactive. Okay, so we interact, we ask each other questions, and we tend to brainstorm together. Okay, and that's how we do it on my live stream. Okay, so it's usually interactive, it's usually engaging. On the male audience on Facebook, she's on Facebook and she's on YouTube as well. Thank you. But if you can share the stream, a talk with Richie. Thank you so much for coming. If you can share the stream, please share the stream. I will really appreciate it. But thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate your presence. So how is everyone? Are you using your phone to do this? Yes, I'm using my phone. And the reason I'm using my phone is because my laptop quality, the camera quality on my laptop is not so, I don't like it, basically. So I tried it today. Precious Meal, thank you for the share. Jessica Chinovek, Trista Love Channel, thank you all so much for sharing me out. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm using my phone because on my laptop the video quality is not, it's not good enough. I don't know why. So I've decided to use my phone, and that's what I always use for my live streams. Okay, but thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so today we're talking about how to deal with broken engagement. Okay, so I know that majority of us have had. Thank you very much, Esther's Chronicle, for the share. I do appreciate it. Keeping up with the family, JJ, thank you. I'm getting so many shares today. I'm so excited. I've got 18 people in this live stream. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm honored to have you in my live stream. I really, really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you for coming. Again, we're talking about how to deal with broken engagement. Okay, so I don't know if anyone has ever had a broken engagement before. If you've had a broken engagement, just put an emoji there. Just say me or I or something, so that I'll know that I'm not alone in this in this matter. So if you've ever had a broken engagement, because I think it's something that's common. And thank you so much, Aname, on Facebook. She's saying she's shared me already. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you've had a broken engagement, just say me or hi, or just say something. It's so clear. That's why I asked. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. I feel like this thing is a bit low, or maybe I'm too high. I don't know. But thank you so much. So if any one of you has had a broken engagement or a broken courtship, just let us know in the comment. Just say I have, or just give me an emoji. Okay, give me a heart emoji, 1 heart emojis. If you've ever had a broken engagement, okay, just give me 1 heart emoji. Okay. Thank you so much, Richie, for that. Thank you. So if anyone has had, are you streaming from your phone? Yes, I'm streaming from my phone. You know, the laptop is not very clear. Okay. Has anyone had a broken engagement, or am I the only one? If you can share, kindly do so. Thank you so much, Precious. I appreciate you so much. As anyone, looks like I'm the only one that has had a broken courtship or broken. Okay, let's not talk about engagement. Let's talk about relationship. Have you ever been heartbroken? Have you had a broken relationship before? Okay, so that it won't be as if broken engagement is better than a broken marriage. So that's correct. Okay, and that's the reason we're here today, to talk about these things, about broken engagement. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming. Majority of people that I know have had broken engagements or broken relationships. And Mom Sneeze Diary, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate I appreciate you so much. How are you? Neka's channel, thank you so much. I see you there. Thank you so much. Thank you. So majority of people have had a broken engagement, or thumbs up for the host. Thank you so much. A lot of people have had broken engagement, broken relationships. Some people have even had broken marriages. Okay, and when this happens, it's not always It's not always easy. Okay, Momsnish, thank you so much. Okay, looks like no one is responding to me today, so I'll just crack on really. If you've ever had a broken relationship, how did you deal with that relationship? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Um, how does broken relationship affect us, and how do we handle broken relationships? Okay, I know that a lot of people, a lot of times we go into a relationship hoping that this relationship will last forever, but sometimes it doesn't last, it doesn't happen that way. So majority of the time, actually, it doesn't happen that way. So majority of the times, relationships get broken. People get marriages get broken, relationships get broken, engagements get broken. Victoria Murica, thank you so much. Good evening, host, and my greetings to everyone. Host, today is the birthday of I and my happy birthday, guys. Let's tell Victoria happy birthday in the chat. Happy birthday to you, Victoria. I wish you many more years ahead for you and your kids. Okay, guys, just say happy birthday to Victoria in the chat. Happy birthday to you. Okay, thank you so much for coming to celebrate your birthday with me as well. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, relationships get broken, okay, whether we want it to break or not. Sometimes, my God, okay, that's what I want. Thank you very much, keeping up for telling a happy birthday. Thank you so much. More grace, Victoria. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So a lot of the times, I know someone that had a broken relationship for over 5 years. Adesto Sawe, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you so, so much. So, and Jessica Strinbeck is telling us that she knows someone that had a broken relationship. So, relationship that has been like 5 years got broken. Okay, sometimes it's I don't think any relationship broken is ever easy, but some of them are easier than others. So sometimes you meet someone and you tell yourself that, okay, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. When that relationship gets broken, it's really, really hurts. And sometimes you are so in love with someone and then that relationship gets broken for no reason. Sometimes it's for no reason. There's always a reason, but from your perspective, you think that there's no reason for it. Okay, it is painful, it is sad, okay, and that's what we're talking about today. We know that it's not easy, okay, when a relationship gets broken, but when it does, how do we deal with it? How do we handle this broken relationship? Okay, if you've ever had a broken relationship, how did you handle it? How did you deal with it? Okay, so that's the question today. Okay. Wendy Space, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. Okay, so if you've ever had a broken relationship, if you ever had heartbreak or whatever, how did you deal with it? How did you handle that broken relationship? Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. Okay, so good evening, Elias Matters. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you all so much. So I need your contributions, okay? My LS is never quiet, so I need you guys to contribute as well, okay? So first of all, when you have a broken relationship, okay, the first thing you need to do is know that it is not, sometimes it might be something that maybe due to something that you've done, sometimes it's just not your fault, it just wasn't meant to be. Okay, so sometimes it's not your fault, sometimes it's something you've done. So maybe you messed up in some way. Okay, but once the relationship is broken, what you want to do is say, okay, you know what, this thing has actually ended. Okay, welcome on board, Wendy Speaks. Thank you so much. Okay, so what you want to do is accept that this relationship has broken. Okay, because many a times there are people that have broken not just relationships, engagement. Say for instance, these two people are engaged to be married and this relationship breaks up. They don't accept it, they go into denial, which is normal for every relationship that breaks, or for anything that anytime something bad happens to us, we go into denial, like, oh, this is not true, this is not happening. Okay, so a lot of times, why that's a phase that we go through, we need to come to a point where we accept the fact that, okay, this thing has actually happened to me. Okay, so Momsnish says sometimes for broken friendship, I would say we need to understand it if it's a seasonal friendship. Okay, so Momsnish is saying that sometimes friendship, even relationships, are seasonal. Okay, someone said there are three kinds of people that come into our life. Some of them come for a season, some of them come for a reason, and some of them come for a lifetime. So if someone came to your life for a reason, once that reason is accomplished, they leave your life. So don't hold on to them. Some of them come for a season. Say, for instance, this person is meant to be in your life for 1 or 2 years. Once that 2 years has elapsed, don't hold on to it. Let them go. Nyagas in the Bible says, you deal with it, but remember more of the bad things about that person, so you feel better off without, so that you feel you're better off without them. So that's a strategy there. So Nyagas in the Bible is saying, you think about the bad things the person has done. Okay, so think about the fact that the person did this, the person did that. Adesia Sawe, thank you so much for sharing me out. I do appreciate that share. So Nyagas in the Bible is giving us a strategy there. She says, think of the bad things the person has done. So think of the fact that the person is this, that, all the qualities you don't like about the person. Just think about those qualities, and then you begin to feel that, oh, I'm actually better off without this person. Okay, so that's a strategy. So that's one way that we can actually deal with broken engagement. Okay, but I'm going back to Keeping Up's statement before. Was it Keeping Up or Mom's Finish? I can't remember now. That said, some people come for a reason, some come for a season, and then some come for a lifetime. So if an engagement, I'm at the background. Okay, so if an engagement, and someone came to your life for a season, okay, and that season is over, and that relationship gets broken, don't hold on to it, because the more you hold on to it, the more you feel bad, the more you feel sad about it. Okay, so understand that this thing is over, accept it that it's over, and then start thinking of how you're going to move on. Okay, so when this space say every 31st event, that's actually my prayer point, that God takes away those that bring me sadness. Okay, so that's just one. That's another strategy. So if people live your life, don't feel bad about it. Sometimes it's easier said than done, because some relationships are so dear to your heart. Okay, but when people live your life, know that that person wasn't meant to be in your life in the first place. Okay, so moms say after accepting it's over, the next will be giving yourself the time to heal. Cry if you have to. Okay, and I totally agree with that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to say, okay, you know what, this thing has happened, and we know it's sad, we know it's bad. What do you want to do? Go through the process. Go through the process of grieving. Okay, so accept it and then grieve over it. So it's just the same thing that if someone loses a loved one, it's the same thing. Sometimes you're in shock. You don't believe that this thing has actually happened to me, or this person is no more. Okay, so don't hold yourself back to say, okay, I'm not going to cry, or I'm not going to feel sad, because if you do that, you would never be able to get over that person. So what you want to do is go through the process and grieve. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to lock yourself in the house, so long as you're not doing any harm to yourself. If you want to lock yourself up, but make sure you grieve. You go through the process, because if you don't go through the process, you end up making the wrong decisions. Okay, so I'll just go to the comments. You let go of the past and move on. Exactly. You must build a support system. And that is so crucial. Okay, so build a support. So every one of us, whether you are a man or you are a woman, you want to have a support system. Okay, you want to have people you call friends, people that you can trust. Okay, not just anyone, people that you can talk to. So it might be your siblings, it might be your mom, it might be your very good friend, if you have any friend like that. Aegis Food Corner, thank you so much for coming. Fitness Study, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much. So we're just talking about how to deal with broken engagement. And the first thing we talked about was the fact that you have to accept the fact that this relationship is actually over. And this is not just relationship. Let's not just talk about engagement. When we talk about friendship as well, let's not just say that, okay, this is let's accept the fact that this relationship is over. That's the first step. If you want to heal at all, that's the first step. Accept that, okay, this thing has actually ended. Okay, and then you want to start thinking of moving on with your life. Okay, and this is just pointed out there that we need to build a support system. Okay, so we need to grieve through the process. So grieve whatever it is, go through it, grieve, cry, whatever you need to do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better. But then And once you finish that, then you want to start and moving on. And this is said, build a support system. And the support system could be your mom, it could be your sisters, it could be, if you're a man, it could be your friends, it could be your father. Okay, because we know that when we talk about broken relationship, it doesn't just affect women. Actually, someone was telling me yesterday of a man that got engaged to, not engaged, he was seeing a girl for a couple of years. And after some time, the girl said she didn't want anymore. And after that, she started seeing another person. And then the person said, oh, after a few months, she said, oh, I don't want this relationship anymore. Okay, so we know that it's not just, it doesn't just apply to women, it also applies to men. Okay, and Mary Day, thank you so much for coming, my Facebook people. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we want to know that these things happen to both men and it happens to women as well. Okay, so let's not just think it happens to women, but build a support system, whether it be your father, whether it be your brothers, whether it be your friends, whether it's your mom, whoever it is, build a support system, someone that you can go to say, okay, this is how I actually feel, and be truthful to yourself. Don't try to hide your feelings. Don't try to act like you are strong, because we know that broken relationships can be painful, especially if you've got to that place of, okay, we are engaged to be married. It's very painful. So don't try to act like you're strong, because you're not strong. Okay, so I'm just going to read a few comments. Cry if you have to. That's why it's easy for me to move. That's why it's easy for me to move and walk away. What did you say? 31st December. Okay. Let's have a look. Precious Miss, say, Mom Jerry, good evening to you. Be honest, I have not been seen. Okay. Keeping up says, my opinion is to that was really fast. Sorry guys. My opinion is to move on and live your best life. Okay, and that's the point. You want to move on from a broken relationship and live, and don't let the person see you in 5 years time and say, oh, thank God I left this person. Let the person see you in 5 years time and say, oh, I wish I didn't leave this person. You know, that's the attitude we want to have. So move on and live your best life. Were you live before? Ages, yes, I was testing the app, so I started using a platform for my live streams. I was testing it today, but by the time I don't think I ended it properly, so the thing just it just kept buffering. I had to delete it after all. Okay, so Jessica says some people don't move on, they just change their character, and that's one of the ways that breakups affect us. Okay, some people go through breakups and they be like, you know what, I'm not going to take this nonsense again. Meanwhile, the next person that comes their way is the person that would suffer it. Okay, so the next person that comes their way would now be like, oh, why have I met a person like this? Why you should have moved on? Okay, and that's so true. Adese says, if possible, seek godly counseling. And that's so true. Nagas in Dubai says, you go on holiday, take a lot of nice photos. I'll post them so your ex knows that you have moved on. I really like that one. Chasuwadei, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. If the best channel comes, then the Delta Peking, thank you all so much for coming. I just scrolled down. Thank you all so much. So Nyagas in Dubai is saying, go on holiday, take pictures and post it on social media so that your ex will know that you have moved on. And that's a good strategy. But the bottom line is, when you're taking those pictures, make sure that you've actually moved on. Okay, so don't just take pictures just because you want them to see. Make sure that you've actually moved on, and that's the point. Okay, so you want to go through the process of healing. You want to go through the process of crying if you have to. Go through, lock yourself in the house, and then just do what you have to do to go through the process. Don't just get from breakup and say, okay, you know what, that's it, I'm moving on. It doesn't work that way. So you want to actually sit down and think and say, okay, what actually went wrong? What happened? Okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? Why did this relationship end? So you want to sit down and ask yourself questions so that by the time you move on, the same thing is not happening again. Okay, so when I was talking to someone yesterday about this guy that his relationship broke. So he got into another relationship and that relationship broke. Not like Helen living with Deborah. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Okay, move on and be the best version of yourself. That's Onome on Facebook. Thank you so much. Okay. So when I was talking to the person yesterday, I said this man needs to ask himself questions like, why are these relationships breaking? It's possible that it's nothing to do with him, but it's also possible that it's something to do with his character. Okay, so he needs to sit down. So Franca's Kitchen, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate every single one of you in the house. Thank you so much. So yeah, so you want to sit down and ask yourself questions like, okay, where did I go wrong? What went wrong? Why did this relationship break? Like I said, it's possible that it's nothing to do with you. It's possible that it's everything to do with you. Okay, and that's why you want to sit there. And it's possible that the relationship wasn't meant to be. Maybe the person came just for a season and you thought that it was someone that's meant to be with you for a lifetime. Okay, so those are things that we want to sit down and think about. So, okay, what actually went on? So Codlen is saying, if I have broken engagement, I do not even want to have anything to do with the person. Why would I still have them to be able to view to view my pics? Okay, so Codlen is saying she doesn't want to have anything to do with her ex if she had a broken engagement. But the truth of the matter is, even if you block them from social media, they might go through somebody's social media and still spy on you. You know, so even though you don't want to see them, they still might want to check up on you to see how you're doing. So that can actually happen. Okay, let's have a look. Thank you so much, Franca, for coming. I do appreciate you. Nyagas is saying, no crying, no, they don't deserve you if they don't appreciate you. Oh my God. Sorry, Maria, I was driving just close from work. Okay, thank you. They don't deserve your tears. Sometimes you're not crying for them, you're crying for you to make yourself, to help yourself heal. So you're not crying over a broken relationship, you're not crying because the person left you. You're crying because you've had to go through this process. You're crying because you are in pain, basically, because the person left you. That's on them. If they check but I will not be the one to encourage it. And that's so true. So sometimes there are things that you can't control. Okay, there are some things that you can't control. Some people will sneak in on you, okay, and just check to see, okay, let's see what she's doing. But it's always better to live your best life, just like on the message, just like everyone is saying. Move on and live your best life. Don't move, don't let them feel like, oh, this I'm glad I left this person, or since I left this person is not growing, or the person is not developing. You know, fitness training, thank you so much. Good tips, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. A broken relationship is not always a bad thing. Like I tell my kids at the times, even though medicine is better, it is needful for their healing at times. A breakup is for their own good. Okay, so that's a very valid point there. Blue Jeans Network, thank you so much. I'm well. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. I see you there. Thank you. So, Compton is saying that relationships are not necessary, breakups in relationship are not necessarily bad all the time. Sometimes it's for your good. Sometimes you find yourself in a toxic relationship, and it's right. This is something very close to my heart, because some people find themselves in toxic relationship and they stay in that relationship, okay, because they are engaged to that person, because they are afraid to say, okay, what would people say? Let them say whatever they want to say. It's the best thing for you to do at that time is for this relationship to end. I'm sorry to say, but like someone said before, a broken relationship is better than a broken courtship is better than a broken marriage. Okay, and I always say that when I was younger, you hear people say these things and you think like, oh, this person is just talking fables. But it is the truth, because the pain it will cost you, if that relationship is not broken, you go into the marriage, you live your life in pain and misery. Okay, if you don't break the marriage, you continue to live in misery until you come out of that relationship. That's when you have peace and happiness. So a broken relationship is always better than a broken marriage. A broken courtship is always better than a broken marriage. Okay, so that's also important. And that's something I always tell anyone. Don't mind what people would say. what you need to do is concentrate and build yourself, concentrate and work on yourself, make yourself a better version of yourself, so that the next person that comes will see you a better person. Okay, don't just sit down and think, oh, that's the end of my life, or that's where this world ends, because it's not. You've got so much in store for you. You've got so much ahead of you that you need to come out of that relationship and just continue living your life, continue to live your best life, like someone said. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Who else has commented? So Franca's Kitchen, let me read her comment. My hobby cuts off all his exes, not one on Facebook, for the sake of I know have just one, but hobby is not. And you are running away, Franca. Where are you running to? You're running. Okay. Sometimes it's best for you to just cut off from everyone. But for me, I like to keep it like, hello, hi, how are you? This is how I'm doing. I'm doing great. That's me. I don't want to cut off from everyone. I want to say, okay, you know what? Hello, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. That's my attitude. Okay. If you don't want to talk to me, that's on you, not my business. So long as I know that I'm not on one spot. Okay. Let's read the comments a little bit. And said, how are you, gorgeous? Is okay. Let's keep it real, friends. Okay. A broken relationship is better than definitely we need one another to grow positively together. That's right. Vienna's Beauty, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I see you there. Thank you so much. Okay, a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. Gorgeous says, I totally agree with you. Yes, definitely. And when like I said, when I was younger, before I got married, before I got into university, you hear people that are older than you say these things. You hear your pastors say these things, and you be like, what is this person actually saying? But they're saying the truth. It is the truth. Because the misery that relationship will cost you, you won't even believe it in your whole life. Okay, so Mary already said, I don't know how to learn. So I'm reading the comments on Facebook. I'm so happy. On Facebook, I don't know how to lie to myself. If it's not working, move on to the next good thing. Relationship, marriage is meant to be enjoyed, not the other way around. Okay, so this person is Mary saying that she cannot lie to herself. If the relationship is not working, move on. Don't die. I know there are times that we want to work on our relationships to make our relationships better, but then there are times you know that this relationship is not working. Then why kill yourself? Why get stuck in that relationship when you can live a better life? Move on. If you have to be the one to call off the relationship, then do it. If you have to be the one for the sake of your sanity, then please do it. And when you break an engagement, so this is another point I'm going to make. When it comes to engagement, right? When people are engaged, most times families are involved. So when we're just dating, it's just me and you. But when it comes to engagement, we want to tell our friends, tell our family, like, oh, I got engaged. So the families get involved. And when things are happening and you go to your family to say, okay, this is happening, they'll be like, don't worry, stay there. It's the devil. Or maybe something is happening to the person. No, don't let anybody pressure you into marrying someone when you know in your head that this thing is not working. Okay, so don't let anyone pressure you into marrying someone when you know that truly, this relationship is not working. So you are the one in the relationship. You are the one that's going through everything. If you get married to that person, you are the one that will go through the pain. Okay, the misery that person that's going to come with that marriage, you are the one that will go through it. Okay, so if it's not working, if you know that this relationship is not working, then by all means, please let that relationship go. Don't kill yourself. Like someone said, not everyone comes to your life for a lifetime. Some people come for a season, some come for a reason, and then the other set of people are the ones that come for a lifetime. Okay, so Blojis is saying marriages can heal, but boyfriend, girlfriend thing is to jump and pass and not for dying on that hill. Yes. So marriages, yes, when it's your marriage, You want to give yourself time to heal, to do this, to do that, try to make it work. And the same thing with relationships as well. You want to give yourself time to try to make things work. But if you know that that boyfriend, girlfriend engagement is not working, then there's absolutely no need for you to, there's no need for you to go and kill yourself by yourself, according to my friends. Don't go and kill yourself by yourself because you want a relationship or because you want a man, because you think he's your last bus stop, as my people will say, he's my last bus stop or she's my last bus stop. No, there are better people out there for you. Okay, all you need to do is work on yourself and make yourself better. I know I've missed some comments, oh God, please forgive me. If says, and in a relationship, when you notice that it is not working, fine for both of you. Don't say he will change. Let me marry. Let me marry him first. He will change. You lie. You lie. If you see that this person has these qualities, and you're thinking that when you get married, this relationship, the person will get better, you are lying. Because the truth of the matter is, whatever you see before you got married to that person is the same thing that person would exhibit. I give you an example of someone that's cheating on you. Okay, boy, girl, they are cheating on you. Okay, and you think that when you get married to that person, that cheating will change. No, you accepted him or her that way. You said it was okay. You lowered your standard to the extent that you married that person like that. Don't think that by the time you get married, that person is going to change and stop cheating on you. It's not going to happen, because that's what you've accepted. You've already signed the register to say, yes, this is okay by me. Yeah, Wendy Babs, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so don't think that that person would change when you get married to them, because that's not going to happen. That's what you signed up for. Okay, you signed up to marry that person like that. So whatever comes after that, you have to take it. Okay, so I'm just going to go on. Marriage will definitely not change. No, lie, 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 lie. Anyone that thinks that, okay, if I marry him, then he will change, that's a fat lie. Okay, I'm using a laptop that has just gone off. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. I'm sorry, I'm just doing some settings. All right, hopefully it works now. Okay, so I'm going to read a few more comments. Franca says, we make the mistake of taking relationships to serious level when it just has to be hello, hi things. That's where disappointments come. Okay, so sometimes, so Franca is saying that sometimes you meet someone today and you say, okay, and that's what I said yesterday when I was talking about this guy that had two broken relationships. I said maybe he's taking it too serious at the start of a relationship. It's possible that this girl is saying, oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for coming. It's possible that this girl he met is trying to know him and he's thinking of, oh, let's get married. Let me go and meet your family. That will be fine by some people, but not for everyone, especially if I just want to know you. You know, so sometimes we see someone and we'll be like, okay, I want to marry you. Meanwhile, the person is just wanting to have fun, or maybe just wanting to be your friend, or maybe just wants to have a relationship that won't lead anywhere. Okay, so but we take it too seriously, and at the end of the day, we get disappointed. Okay, so that's definitely true. So Miaga says you married a cheater, hoping that that you will pray and fast for God to change them. No, that's not going to happen. That won't happen. A cheater would always cheat unless he changes before you get married. Before you get married, then yes, you have a chance of saying, okay, that would happen. But if it doesn't change before you get married, then sorry. Then so sorry, because he's not going to change. Okay, I'm just going to go up. I know I missed some comments before. Okay. Okay, in addition, it takes two to tangle. It takes two people to make marriage or relationship. We need to do some retrospective on what we did to break or close the wrong partner. Exactly. And that's why I said sometimes when your relationship breaks, the wise thing to do is to sit down and ask yourself questions like, okay, what happened? And like I said, it's possible that it's not you, it's possible that it's you as well. Okay, so you might not be the 100% cause of the relationship breaking, but you might have contributed. And like Hobson said, it takes two to tango. Okay, so you can't just see someone going mad or somebody run. It has to be something chasing that person. Okay, so yeah, so it takes two to tango. We do contribute to the end of our relation. Probably the person is doing something wrong, but the way you reacted to it could have been the cause. So you want to sit down and actually think and say, okay, what went wrong? What did I do wrong, or what did this person do that I didn't like? Okay, so that's also true. So we need to think about that. Keeping up says, eventually, if you were married and the marriage broke up, it doesn't matter more on you. It doesn't matter. Move on with your life. Divorce is not a sin. Okay, and I totally agree with that. It's better for you to be divorced than for you to die in a relationship. Okay, it's better for you to be divorced than to die in misery. Okay, so in as much, and I always say that I don't canvass for divorce. Sometimes sometimes separation is the best option for your and your mind. I don't even know how much to stress this. Your mind is so important. Your peace of mind is so important. Okay, and if divorce is what it entails, if separation is what it entails, then by all means, that's what it has to do. If someone is telling you, no, I don't want this relationship anymore, I don't want this marriage anymore, okay, and you are fighting to say, okay, this marriage must work. I pray to God that we don't end up carrying your cups. Okay. God help us. I'm just going back down. Bless you, Sister Ify. Okay. And then they say before you go into marriage, take time to pray. But while praying, make sure you open the eyes as you are praying, because marriage is an eye opener. And someone says is a school that you go to, they give you the certificate before before you even start the school set. They said take, you'd already graduate. You know. So it is an eye opener. Any time marriage is not allowed, both in heaven. Yes. Okay, so it is a school that you keep learning and learning and learning, and you learn yourself, you unlearn things, you learn, you unlearn. Okay, so it's really, really important that you pray. So prayer is really important. Okay, and while you are praying, you want to open your eyes, you want to be looking at the sign. Don't let someone say, okay, someone showed me that you are my wife. Hello. Wait, let me go and pray. Okay, or maybe you're seeing that this person is not right. You're opening your eyes, you're seeing red flags, you're seeing that this person is not right for me, and you're still going, saying because you are praying, God will not lead us into temptation in Jesus' name. You know, so you want to pray, but at the same time, you want to open your eyes to see the person that you're getting married to make sure that you're not getting married to the wrong person. You're not getting married into misery, because that's the worst thing. Because marriage, I always say, marriage is a journey. Okay, so the day you get married, you're starting a journey. Okay, so if you want to start a journey, you want to start a journey with someone that you are enjoying it with. You want to start a journey with somebody that you can laugh with, someone that can make you happy, not a situation that's opposite. Okay, like Mary said just now, not the other way around. Marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. Okay, so it's really important. Okay, Verena says, yes, sometimes separation is the best. It gives both partners time to rethink, miss each other, and better appreciate each other if possible. And that's also true. Okay, that's also true. Sometimes separation is the best option. Okay, sometimes it leads to divorce. Okay, and remember we talked about dealing, no, it was what did we talk about? Involving third parties in a relationship, one of my life streams. And we said sometimes when you know that these things can be resolved by the two of you, you bring in a third party. And sometimes the best option is for you to actually separate and go your own way for the time being. Separate, go your own way and work on yourself. Separate, go your own way and do reflective thinking, how to make your marriage work, how to make your marriage better. Okay, and the same thing with relationship as well. You're engaged to this person, and it feels like this engagement is not working. Separate. Okay, so if you don't want to end the relationship completely, you might want to separate and say, okay, you know what, let's give ourselves some time, see if this is really what we want, if this would actually work for us. Okay, so you want to give yourself time to separate and then begin to think about your options, begin to think about, do I really want this? And before you even get engaged to someone, before you want to get married to someone, you want to make sure that you know what you want. You want to know your standards, you want to know your values. Because if you don't know your values, then people will take you for granted. Okay, and someone said, if you don't communicate your values, if you don't communicate, if I'm doing something to you and you don't see anything, I assume that it's okay. Because sometimes silence is affirmation. So when you don't see anything, sometimes it's an affirmation that it's okay with you. So first of all, you want to know your values, you want to know you want to set your standards. Okay, and if you meet someone, if you engage with someone and that person is not meeting up to your expectation, then you might want to say, okay, you know what, let's go our separate ways for now, at least maybe 1, 2, 3 months, and then review, do a reflective thinking if this is what we actually need, if I can actually live with this. Okay, so it's really, really important. Okay, so Jessica is saying, yeah, it's better to leave a toxic relationship. By all means, yes, 100%. The toxic relationship will affect your mental health, it will affect your entire life. It will affect your career, it will affect your happiness, it will affect every single part of your life. So yes, by all means, we need to leave toxic relationship, especially if we can't deal with it, just leave that relationship permanently or maybe for a season. Okay. And this is saying marriage is an institution, you get certified even before you go into it. It's a school you never you never graduate from. That's why they give you certificate, like just carry your certificate and be going. Whatever you do is your business, but this is your certificate. There's no graduating for you. And that's so true. Inspirational by Mary said, very true, since marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. Yes, definitely. So that's why you need to be with someone that you would actually enjoy the ride with, because, like I said, it's a journey. Okay, marriage is like a packet. If you open it, anything you see, you take. So the thing is, people with true life experiences now, marriage is like a present. Actually, you're given this present, like, oh, this is your present. You don't know what's inside. You don't know what's going to unfold in the next 5 years. You don't know what's going to unfold in the next 6 years or in the next 1 year. Okay, but anything you see, you take it, you deal with it the best way you can. And marriage is a place where we grow. We grow, we mature, we learn, we unlearn some things that we've known. We learn new things. Okay, so that's so true. Because then he's saying exactly, if you not know your values, others will set those values for you. So I really like that. If you don't know your values, someone else will tell you that's okay, and then you take it that it's okay. So you need to set your values. You need to know your values, set your values, set your standards. Okay, if someone is doing something, be like, no, that's not acceptable by me, or that's not okay by me. Because if you don't say it, they'll assume it's okay. Okay, and that's the standard they'll set for you. That's what they'll keep doing. Okay, and this is saying, in as much as marriage is a good thing, at the same time, if you marry the wrong person, 70% of your life is you'll be miserable. You'll be miserable. And that's why I always say that our marriages, our relationships determine how happy or how sad we are in our relationship. I always say that in my relationship, in most of my relationship videos. Whoever you end up with will determine whether you're happy or whether you're sad. It determines, like, okay, are you going to have a fulfilled life? If you marry the wrong person, you'll definitely be sad. Unless you decide, okay, you know what, you live your life, I live my life. But we don't want that. I always say we want relationships whereby we are together with our partners, we're making decisions together, we're living together as husband and wives. So that's the more reason you need to make the right decisions. Okay, so that's really important. Because Sister Chuku, thank you so much for coming. I've not seen you in a while. I hope you're okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Okay, yeah, Wendy Bab says, otherwise the relationship once consummated may end up in divorce. Yes, So it either ends up in divorce or you will just be miserable for the rest of your life. Okay. It can say, okay, this relationship is not working, but I'm going to stay in the relationship and be unhappy and be miserable. Okay, so we need to decide, we need to check properly, we need to decide, okay, like, is this acceptable by me? Okay, was that what the topic was? We're totally deviated from the topic of today, but that's fine. I just realized, like, okay, what was today's topic? Okay. All right. Marriage is to be enjoyed, not to be endured. That's correct. Okay. Earlier matter say marriage can mar or make you. That's all right. Host, put a number. Let me call in, please. Elias Matters, can you put that link on the screen, please? Elias Matters, please put that link on the screen so that she can join us. I hope I can add her because this thing is so new to me. Oh my God. Elias, if you want to put that thing on the screen, I don't even know if I can add her. Hey, anyway. Marriage can make or break you. That's right. So Cousin is saying, and this does not mean that marriage does not have its challenges, nor does it mean that we opt out with any challenges we face. Marriage has its highs and lows, and that's normal. And that's so true. Okay, the fact that the fact that we're saying all this doesn't mean that as soon as you have a challenge, just pack your things and say, okay, I'm not having it anymore. No, that's not what we're saying. Marriage is beautiful, marriage is sweet, but it comes with ups and downs. Sometimes it feels like, oh my God, is this even worth it? But then you think about where you started from, you think about the reason why you started. Someone is laughing. You are going with the flow, you are switching things up as required, yes. Honestly. But yeah, so so marriage is not a bed of roses. We know that marriage has its challenges, it has its ups and downs. Okay, so we don't just pack our thing, and that's why we have to look properly before we decide to go in. And if a relationship breaks, back to the topic of today, if a relationship breaks, then it's better than going into a marriage that breaks. Okay, so back to the main topic. Okay, marriage is a beautiful thing. That's all right. Relationship is not by force. Exactly. Giving up. Put God first. Yes. Okay. So put God first in your relationship. Marriage is not by force. Okay. So like, oh my God, what are we talking about? Precious meal, thank you so much. Marriage comes with pros and cons, but then everyone deserves to be happy if relationship or even marriage. Okay, so that's because so she's saying that marriage has its pros and cons. So marriage has its positives and also has its negatives. It has its highs, it has its lows. Okay, it's a beautiful thing, but it can also be a very, very sad thing. So it's all is up and down, okay, but everyone deserves to be happy. Number one, so thank you so much for coming, just passing by. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to live their best life. Okay, and if a relationship is causing you not to live your best life, then it might be that you want to break that relationship by yourself. Don't even let the other person be the one to break that relationship. That is even if you are engaged to that person to be married. So if you're engaged to someone to be married and you find out that this is not what I want, this is not my dream or my vision for my future, then you want to buy yourself by yourself for yourself. Break the relationship before it leads to marriage, okay? um Healthy living, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. We move from relationships R to M, yes. I'm trying to go back. Yeah, it applies to both sides. That's so correct. Okay. So yeah, so if you know, it's the same, both men and women. If you know that this relationship is not exactly what I want, or this doesn't look like what I want, then you want to say, okay, you know what? Hello, bro. Hello, sis. That's it. Okay, for the sake of my sanity, for the sake of my mental health, for the sake of my peace of mind. Because believe me, a lot of women, a lot of men have ended up in mental institutions because of relationships that haven't worked, or because of relationships that are not working. Sylvia Leak, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well, even though we've moved from R to M. Thank you so much. Okay. So like I was saying, a lot of people have ended up in mental institutions, mental health institutions, because of relationships, because they got married to someone knowing that this person isn't actually what I want. They went on to marry the person, and then at the end of the day, their mental health is affected, or the relationship breaks and their mental health is affected. So when relationship breaks, let's not think that that's the end of the world, because it's not. Okay, I know that breakups can be painful. Breakups can be really difficult sometimes, but let's not think that it's the end of the world. First of all, like we said, you need to accept that this thing has happened. You need to go through the process. You need to go through the process of grieving, so to say. You need to cry, you need to be sad, you need to, whatever you need to do, be angry at yourself, be angry at the person. You need to do that. So, and then you want to say, okay, what happened? Okay, you want to ask yourself to say, okay, what actually happened? Is it me? Did I do something wrong? Was it the other person that did something wrong? Did this person come to my life just for a season, for a reason? You know, you need to ask yourself those questions. You need to do some reflective thinking and say, okay, you know what? This is the reason, okay, why this relationship broke up. And then you want to begin to say, okay, how can I make myself better for the next person that I'm going to meet? Okay, yeah, many people say sometimes it may be difficult to see the real picture until marriage. And once in marriage, you'll begin to see the real picture. This is why some marriages end up in divorce. And that's also true. Sometimes we're so carried away with love. Sometimes we even see these red flags and we ignore them because we want to just get married. Our mission is to get married because our friends are getting married, because our colleagues are getting married. Our mission is to get married. So we ignore all the red flags. We ignore everything that's not supposed to be, and then get married. And before you know it, it's a divorce. Okay, so we need to be really careful. Cry today so that you won't cry tomorrow. That's healthy living with Deborah. Healthy living with Deborah, thank you for coming. I don't think I saw you when you came in. Thank you so much. Okay, so she's saying cry today so that you won't cry tomorrow. So go through the heartbreak, go through the broken engagement today, because that will give you a better stand to actually sit down and look at the person, like scrutinize the next person that's coming, to say, okay, you know what? Is this person right for me? Does this person have the quality? If you don't do that, if you don't ask yourself this question, sorry, you end up in the same situation again. And by the time you get married to that person, then it's going to be misery or divorce. And again, don't always put the blame on the other person, because like Compton said, it takes two to tango. The relationship didn't work out. You must have a hand in it. You're not 100% innocent. Okay, so don't always point the blame like, okay, is this person's fault? Because when you do that, you won't be able to grow. When you do that, you won't know the reason. Maybe the reason is even you. You won't be able to find out the real reason, and you end up making the same mistakes. Julie said, thank you so much for coming. I see you there. Thank you so much. Okay, so Norma is saying, if you have high expectations, you will be disappointed, as people show their true colors, both sides, I think. Okay, so Norma is saying that if you have high expectations, then you will be disappointed. When you're going into a relationship, when you're going into marriage, have expectations. Okay, you should have expectations, because I talked about you having your values and having your standards. Have your values, but don't set it too high, because if you set it too high, you get disappointed. Okay, you don't get married to someone expecting so much, because if you do, at the end of the day, you might be disappointed. Okay, that's so right. Thank you so much. Also, I'm at the door. My dear, I don't even know how to add you. I'm in trouble today. Add to stream. Where is add to stream now? Eh? I don't want to do anything that will kick us out of this thing. No. Hey, what do I do? My world. I'll have to do another test to try it. Let's try this one. No, sorry, keeping up. I'm so sorry. I can't. I have to study this thing properly. I'm so sorry. I have to study it so that I can add people next time. I'm really sorry. But all right, okay. So yeah, when you say my advice is okay, let's go up a bit. I'm at the door. Sorry. Yeah, when it says my advice is there is no perfect marriage because no one is perfect. We must try to make our relationship and marriage work so long as the other party is not a wicked or abusive person. Okay, so yeah, when the Bible is saying that no one is perfect, okay, but we need to make our relationship work as much as we need to do everything we can to make it work. But if the person, if you know that this person is, in my language, we call it a shoe. If this person is a devil, or if this person is Igbo people will call it ekwesu. If this person is wicked or this person is abusive, then that's not what we're talking about. But if the person is a good person, you know that genuinely this person is a good person, this person has some faults, you also have your faults, then let's make it work. If we can, okay, if we can, then let's make it work. If a person is saying, oh, it's normal, every topic on marriage is like that, there's lots of talk about marriage. They are all connected, they are all benefits. That's also true. But thank you so much. However, we must watch out for the red flags. No formal of abuse or wickedness should be allowed in marriage or relationship. Okay. Keeping up. Next time, maybe. Yes, next time. I have to study this app, not actually. Thank you all so much for coming. So this is 6 o'clock. I don't want it to exceed. And now God's love, God's God Love Life Truth channel. Thank you so much for coming. Hi everyone. If you have me, connect. Okay, keeping up says next time host. Yes, definitely. I would really love to have you up, but I don't know. I still have to study this app. But thank you all so much for coming. So bottom line, what we're saying is that relationship break, sometimes relationship breakup or engagement breakup is for our good. But when it happens, let's not see that as the end of the world, because it's not the end of the world. We want to move on and live our best life. Like Nyagas in Dubai said, you want to go on holidays and post pictures for them to know that you have moved on, you're living your best life. Okay, so it's really important that we know that it's not the end of the world. Some people come into our lives sometimes for a reason, sometimes for a season, and some people come into our lives for a lifetime. And I personally have an experience of someone coming into my life for a reason. Okay, and when that relationship broke, I started asking myself, like, should I be bitter that this relationship broke? I should be, because of the way it broke up or the way the relationship ended. I should be bitter. But I thought about it, the circumstances surrounding that relationship. I knew that that person came into my life for that very purpose. Okay, and it was really important. And then I begin to appreciate, even though the relationship is over now, I appreciate the fact that that person came because God brought that person into my life for that season and for that particular reason. Okay, so we also need to be sensitive to know that, okay, sometimes this person came for a reason. This person came for a season. Oh, this person is meant to be in my life. There are some friends we have, people that we're not in relationship or marital relationship with. We know that this person is my friend for life. Well, you can't say, but this person has been a good friend for all this while. Okay, so it's really important. And when we go through breakups, what we want to do is accept it, find out the reason why, go through the process, and begin to make ourselves better. Okay, so start the process of healing. Speak to yourself and tell yourself that it can be better. Your best is ahead of you. Okay, and prepare yourself for the next person that you would meet. Prepare yourself because you are so good, you are a better person, you've got so much ahead of you. So don't let a breakup make you feel like that's the end of your world. Okay. Don't let someone make you feel like that's the end of your world, because it's not the end of the world. Okay, so but that's it for today. Thank you so much everyone for coming. I appreciate all of you. I'm so honored to have you in my live stream. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. As they say any engagement can have you shift between emotions like being angry, disbelief, and guilt. Sometimes you feel embarrassed. Give your time to recover from the shock and grief. And that's so true. Sometimes you don't want to accept it. Sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're sad, sometimes you feel betrayed. Okay, so that's the first step, the first stage of the feelings we have. But once you've gone through that, then give yourself time to recover from it. Give yourself time to grieve, give yourself time to recover, find out why this happened, and begin to work on yourself and live your best life. Post pictures on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, just to say, you know what, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm living my best life. Okay, well, that's it for today. I hope everyone has had an amazing time, because I have had an amazing time. I appreciate every single one of you. So LES Matters, Healthy Living, God Love Life, God Love Life Truth, Adeso Sawe, Ages Food Corner, Wendy Babs. I'm so honored to have you, Sister Julie Ise. I'm honored to have every single one of you. Cops Day, Blue Jeans, Keeping Up with the Family, Talk with Richie, Precious Chigel. Thank you all so much. And Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much. If I haven't called your name, Ify Best Channel, Adesa Sawe, Victoria Omorka, thank you all so much. Norma Wetu, thank you so much. I'm so honored to have every single one of you, honestly. And those people that join me on Facebook, those that just peeped in and peeped out. I appreciate every single one of you as well. I really do. Fitness Study Training, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one. I'm still scrolling up to see if I've missed anyone. Franca's Kitchen, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. And Fitness Study for that amazing super chat as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for coming today. Have a beautiful week. Stay safe, stay well. And remember, every day matters. Just laugh for Jesus. Just laugh for Jesus says, this your topic is for the singles. Suppose no, we talked about, we moved from from relationship to marriage, man. But thank you so much for coming. Odeme Odian, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mary Orode. Thank you so much for joining me on Facebook. Henry, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Stay well, stay safe, everyone. Remember, every day matters, so live your best life every day. Okay, thank you so much and have an amazing week. Thank you. Thank you.